Hey everybody, welcome back to the shop. It's been a while and I've been pretty darn busy. I haven't been filming a whole lot because honestly it's just really hard to get stuff done when you're also trying to film it to make YouTube videos. But we're in the dead of winter now though. Today's January 1st. It's getting to that point where there's not a whole lot to do outside and I'm getting a little bit bored. So I'm going to start trying to make a few more videos of everything I've got going on. I'll give you a little bit of an update of what I've been doing. I did get the Snowcaster rebuilt for the case, and it's been working fantastic. I have no complaints about it. That 18 horse Vanguard, I don't know if it seems like it's running just fine, but it does bog down quite a bit in the wet heavy snow, which I've heard is pretty common for these. But the Snowcaster's been performing great. I love the way that it turned out. It's a lot better than trying to push it all around with a plow. So hopefully next time it snows I'll get the camera out and maybe make a video of that. What else is new? This is a new addition to the stable. I just sold off one of my motorcycles and went and picked this up. I haven't really ridden it yet, just drove it around the parking lot when I went to pick it up from the guy that I bought it from. But it's an 01 Kodiak 400. It says it's got roughly 1,000 miles on it. This Moose plow setup is brand new. I'll probably be pulling that off of there to sell it because, I don't know, I just don't really want to use it for plowing. It's in really nice shape, and since I've got the case, and then I'm going to rebuild this two-stage for one of the whites here. So I'll have an army of snow removal equipment, and I really just don't need to beat this thing up plowing snow. So I'll probably pull that off of there and try and sell it, make a few bucks. But I'm excited to get this out in the summer on the property and just make some trails, maybe use it for some logging. But I don't know if I ever made a video about this guy here or not. I think you've all seen this white before. This is a fantastic old garden tractor. This is what I use for cutting the lawn. It does have a 3-point setup on it. I just have to make the arms for it yet. Haven't gotten around to that. This one here I spent a couple days taking apart. This was a GT 1855. That one there, that's all together, is a 1655. So essentially exactly the same things, just 2 more horsepower on this one. But the engine threw a rod, and it's kind of funny. The kid that sold it to me grabbed the pulley on the end of the crank and slowly turned it back and forth, and he's like, "As you can see, the engine is free." So I grabbed the pulley and spun it around a little bit more, and like, yeah, it's free until you hit the broken rod, and then it's not free. So it's kind of funny how people try and screw you over. But anyway, I picked this up for like 140 bucks with the 2-stage blower, and this is really what I wanted here. But the rest of this seems to be pretty good. The rear end and everything seems to be pretty solid. It's covered in oil and dirt and stuff, so it's really hard to say whether or not it's actually good. But that's a Eaton M11, I think, charge pump, and brand new. Those are like, well, not brand new, but I think if you look on eBay for rebuilds or whatever, if they are brand new, they're like $1,200, $1,300. So obviously if this isn't good, I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but I'll figure out something. If anything, I'll just keep it around and use it for parts for this one, for whatever I can rob off of it. But so right now I'm working on this 16 horse V-twin Vanguard. I got this in that bucket, tote, crate, whatever you want to call it, when I picked up the 446 from the guy that I bought that from, just as a spare engine. I did have it all together and fired it off. It does run, but it was puking oil out of the air filter. So I'm just going through it and checking it over. I think I've heard a number of reasons why they do that. Most of the time it's just gaskets. Some people say it's because the rings are worn out and it's building up crankcase pressure, which makes sense, but so far I've had the sump off here and replaced the crank seal on the PTO side of it. See the new gasket there. I just put that back together this morning, and now I'm going to do the head gaskets and then kind of everything up from there. I'll replace these breather gaskets in here. I went through last weekend and cleaned up the carb in the intake here. I really should have taken a picture of it. Maybe I did. If I did, I'll insert it here. But this was just completely black, totally black. You couldn't even tell that it was, you know, what it was. But it took me about 2 hours or so. Got that all cleaned up. Went through the carb and cleaned it up. So hopefully, once I get this all back together here, it should fire up and should run. And then we're going to transplant that into this white, and hopefully once I get it all hooked up, I can say that the rear end is good and I'll have another garden tractor to do whatever with. I think I want to use this one just for cutting lawn. This one, again, it's set up for the 3-point and everything, so I'll put arms on this one too if it works. Use it to run this blower in the winter and probably my Craftsman tiller there in the summer. Eventually I would also like to try out this hydraulic tiller for the case, but I didn't get hydraulic PTO when I bought the tractor, so I have to plumb that in, and I'm really not looking forward to doing that, especially not in winter, since right now it's proving so useful for blowing snow. So maybe in the summer that'll come up and I'll do that, but I've got my plate full right now. I've got plenty of stuff to do, no shortage of stuff to keep me busy. Oh, and I also have the Suzuki 230 all the way apart right now. I'm just kind of half-assed spray bombed the frame on that. I really don't care how it looks. I just wanted it to be covered as best as it could be. So I just used a variety of colors and a piece of cardboard and just kind of like graffiti style spray bomb the crap out of it. And then I put a clear on it before I should have, and the clear had methyl ether ketone in it, and you can see right there, kind of ate up all the paint that I had just put on it. So I'll probably wait for that to dry the proper amount of time and then clear over the top of it again, just so it doesn't flake off, which it's probably going to flake off anyway. But again, don't really care. Not really that important to me. I just want to get it together so I can have some fun on it this summer. I'm going to ride that around, and my wife will probably chase me around on that. So that engine's out here on the workbench right now too. That's got its share of issues. I know I kind of did an overview of that project when I first got it, but it's pretty nasty. This is the magneto cover. I had to cut the I don't even know what it's called, the winding assembly, whatever this guy is that helps generate the power. Had to cut that out of there just so I could save it and use it on the new cover that I have to order. But if you remember that video, or if you watched that video, you can see that the chain came off at one point and spun around, and it actually cracked the case on the engine as well, but it was welded. And then to deal with the rest of this here, they had just JB welded the crap out of it, but I wasn't gonna keep that on there. I'd like to do it a little bit better if I can, so just gonna order a new cover and then new gasket and everything, and that should turn out just fine. Had the swing arm apart on that too, and obviously whoever owned this thing before me just didn't care about it, but these are what's left of the swing arm bushings and bearings. You can see all the little needle bearings there that were kind of just flopping around on the inside of the swing arm, and you can see all the dents in the bolt sleeve. I don't even know what any of this stuff is called. I just know how to fix it. But yeah, that was, I just took a DA sander and tried to smooth that out as best as I could. And I'll take a look at the swing arm real quick. I got a fresh coat of paint on that, and then once I wait the right amount of time before putting a clear on it, I'll go ahead and put the bearings and bushings back in there, and I think it should be fine. And if it's not, it's not, but that's just something fun to work on. So it's a little bit of an update about what I've been doing and what I'm going to be working on in the future. Hopefully I will get some more videos out in a timely manner. And stay tuned. Thanks for watching.